Wow, go on you. Till Bitcoin just made a huge move. But why? But why? Today, I'm breaking on the technicals as to why Bitcoin popped out using Primora. Primora literally sets us up for the early confirmation so we can know exactly where price is moving. If you want to clarify your trades, stay locked in. So follow me over to the charts. Let's get it. All right, easy. So we're here now. You can see Bitcoin. This is the price and the price action of it. 3 month, 1 week, 1 hour. This is just the higher time frame framework that I would be using right now to just look on this, because obviously it makes sense to look on it this way, and you can see exactly what we've been doing here, right? Easily put, like you can see where Primora has been a useful tool in this entire like evaluation of where you would want to be involved with price, whether on a higher time frame basis or a lower time frame basis. It's literally just you understanding how to use the tool and understanding price action. If you don't understand price action, you have to learn supply and demand and a whole other stuff, right? So that's where this can come in handy. This is where the video comes in. You go ahead and watch this video here. It's going to be somewhere up in the top right of the video. You go ahead and watch that, then you can understand and have a better understanding of why we're doing what we're doing and what we look for. So as you can see, simply put, you see the triangle right here. This is exactly where you want to get in price. As obviously you can see, price is just pushing up right now, creating more new highs. So it's at 119,000. That's all you want to see. Look at this now. If I just pull this up and we go straight to the 3 month, what are we looking at? We're looking at the exact same thing that we look for all the time, right? So demand zone being created after demand zone being created over and over and over again. There's nothing changing in the entire market here. So Bitcoin has been bullish for the longest time. If you go down to the weekly, you can even see where Primora would have showed us exactly where we could have been involved, going and having the right bias in real time, right? So like right now, we created another demand zone up in here. Now, if you go down to a lower time frame, it's the literal exact same thing. So with my trajectory or my idea of Bitcoin going straight to 150,000, if you even just look on it like this monthly range, like this 3 month candle here, this is the reason why Primora is really expensive. This is the reason why Primora is such a good tool to have, because you get to understand the direction of price, the trend, and how to identify that really quick and be in there quicker than anybody else would typically, right? And let me show you this now. So this 3 month candle expansion, if you literally just move this to this one here, and it was supposed to create just another identical candle or identical push, this goes all the way up to 144. Now with the type of momentum that you have, especially having other candles that even surpass this, so like you have this one right here, you have other candles that surpassed it and did stuff like this, and you just put it to this, you can obviously see where you can have 154,000 of an expectation, 154,000, and that's easy. If you go down to the weekly, you can easily look on this to say we're bullish. Of course we're bullish, and then you're looking for that 150 mark right there. That's very likely. This can definitely keep pushing and going up that side. Now let me show you why it's very likely. If I go to the 3 month and I just pull this down like this, you see expansion that pushes like this. If you want in-depth knowledge on how I'm doing all of this, I literally just dropped a free course. You can watch that right here. Go and click this and then come right back to the video. After watching that video, I guarantee you profitability is yours. Let me just actually get down to the weekly and show you another type of expansion from a previous low to a previous high. This is the type of range that you can think about in one candle. Bam. This one can go up to right here easily, and then based on another pullback, maybe this one here can go straight up to this 159, you know. So that's how you have to look on price. So utilizing Primora as a tool now, I can show you exactly how we could have been involved in price in Bitcoin from when, right? The same thing is repeating over and over and over again. Supply and demand, supply and demand. They're just zones being drawn inside of each other, being traded through. If you don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, here you go, and here you go. If you don't know what I'm talking about right here, go ahead and watch the video that's gonna pop up over there. That one, I explain every single thing about the zones that I'm drawing out right now that are being created as price is moving. So you are fully bullish. You have always been bullish in this market here. This has not had a real bearish market except for this swing right here. But again, it all depends on the time frame you're looking at, right? Because on the 3-month, we've only really and truly been bullish. On the yearly, obviously, you're gonna have the same type of look. So if I get down to the 1 hour, you can see the type of ranges, you see the type of pushes. You're literally trading through your triangle plots, and with that, you have a very profitable system. It's very simple, very straightforward. Your swing high, your swing low, your stop loss goes under that swing low. Once it's validated through trading through the high, that's where you get in. Stop loss is under here. Right now, this is where we could have been involved just on, when is this? The 9th of July. That is when the last signal came before this. Now, the next signal that came was just yesterday, or sorry, today, 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And this is where this would have been right now, already kicking at our 1 to 2.33. So with this understanding of price action and the usefulness of Primora as a tool that you can use to be involved in the type of markets here, this will definitely decrease the time that it would take for you to make it here in terms of profitability. It cuts your learning curve because of, you know what I mean? It's just like a tool. If you're trying to go to a far distance physically, a car or a train or a plane would be way quicker to get there, right? Even down to a bicycle or a scooter would help you out more than just walking. So that's what this tool here is literally designed to do, and that's what it's here for. It has a lot of different things, arrangements in this that you can manipulate to find better suitable ways for you to trade. Like your MAs, you can manipulate your MAs, you change your MAs, you change the colors, obviously. Where this is a super tool right here. So slope filter, MA divergence, these things are, I don't even know what to call them, to be entirely honest. So like the slope filter, for example, like if you have something like this, there's barely any slope. So if I say I want something to show me something when it at least reaches a slope of 1, that means this is like a slope of 1, right? And that typically indicates that price is moving higher because it's trending. That's like beginning of strength in a sense, and that can be either sloping up or sloping down. As long as it's like at 1, then that makes sense. Then you have the divergence. So if you have two of the MAs moving and you have this happen and then you have this happen, you might not want to get involved until it does something like this. Why? Because this obviously indicates strength, and this right here, so let me highlight this for you. This right here typically means consolidation, right? Typically means consolidation. And how you can tell that you're in consolidation, your MAs are tight and then you have like a shit ton of plots, right? The plots is what I'm calling like the triangle plots right there, which are showing you your highs and stuff. You see a lot of them in one area. It's just like, okay, no. But when you see them moving away, that, and you barely see any, you know that that thing is trending, it's already moving. You know what I mean? So like on a higher time frame, you can tell like this was all like a big consolidation area versus something like this now, where you're only getting bullish plots and moving higher, right? You can definitely see the difference. You see your bullish plots and you see your bearish plots. A part of Primora, you can obviously remove a certain bias. So if I know I only wanted to be bullish on Bitcoin, I would never have the bearish triangle on. I can just leave it off, right? I mean, I already know how to read it, so I'm perfectly fine with waiting, and I understand it already, so I can have both on and I don't really care. It doesn't affect me. But if you knew, okay, it's bullish and you only want bullish signals, that's exactly what it would show you only, and you would only be involved in these moves, which means eventually you would have caught something like this. And that's how probability works. It's not about you finding a strategy that you have a 100% win rate. It's not possible. What you're looking for is consistency, and then getting involved when the market is at its peak of moving in probability wise of moving in a very far distance in high momentum and potentiality, and people are putting big money behind it, institutions and such, you know, banks and whatever it is, people with a lot of money that don't even know what the F to do with it, they're just dumping it in the market. Yeah, that type of stuff. So that's what we're looking for over and over on repeat, finding the ways to be involved in a market that's about to move, and then when it moves, you are cashing in, right? That's all it is. And your job is to know it and then find a way now to take your time take your time, understand your risk, and then get involved. And then over time, you have a proper system that's repeatable, and then you just profitable from there. So as you can see, it's just very simple, very easy to do. Yeah, the final piece that I wanted to show you, I think it was, yeah, so we talked about the MA, the slope filter, and then the MA divergence. The sessions is just extra stuff that you can put there, obviously, right? You have your sessions if you are a person that wants to trade on a lower time frame. Oh, so the final question, oh, does this work on all time frames? Well, let me show you something. Boom. That's the whole 1 hour stretch right here, right? What do you think is happening on a 1 minute in this area here? In this area here is a plethora of opportunities for you to get involved. Look at this, as you can see, right? So let me show you the power of the MA divergence thing that I was showing you just a while ago. If I do something like this and I say I only want to get involved when the divergence is at a certain amount, immediately you can see that all of these chopped out. These got stopped out. Why? Because the MA divergence stops it out. And if I just went to 1, that'd be a little bit too much, so you barely might get plots at all. Yes, so 0.25 maybe, right? And then you get like plots like these that are already here, that are fully telling you, okay, this is momentum here. So 0.15 maybe, let's see, you'll have more plots for sure. So all of this consolidation right here you would have avoided and only been a part of the moving parts. As you can see here, this is like golden stuff, you see? So a trade like this is how you would get involved. You see your time frames are already bullish, and then obviously you have your bullish and bearish up here. That is so simple. I didn't even bother to, or didn't even remember to show you guys that. Stop loss below the low, because here's a swing low, swing high, swing low, and that's where you could have been involved on this entire 1 hour push right here. And this here does crazy stuff, as you can see. If I go back up, if I climb back up to my 1 hour and we get back down in here, look at this, we still haven't even maxed that potential there, right? This is where it would have been right now, and that same 1 hour plot came up right here. So from that 1 hour plot came up right here, and I've been bullish from here. This is exactly where I've been bullish from. And not only that, but the weekly been bullish since down here. Well, to be entirely honest, based on the entire indicator, we've been bullish from right here, right? It would have shown you that you were bullish when this closed right above here, and then you were just waiting on your bullish plot. So on a weekly time frame, if you were an institutional trader, if you had large money, large capital behind you, you literally would have gotten in right here. Your stop loss would have been below the low. So if there are no other lows that were created from the candle liquidation, you literally would put it under that candle where the triangle is. And then from there, you have your management, whatever you want to manage it with. And that would have been your reward right now. That's what we're looking at. And not only just that, that was in what, 2020, right? Look at before. It's on repeat. The whole thing is on repeat. This was the first initiation of that same candle right there. Boom. That's where you would have gotten in right there. Stop loss under here. And then guess what? You'd have taken this entire ride from here, 2020, going up, and then coming back down into this next 2023 session right here. So trust me, this thing is crazy. So look at this. This is your liquidity target top. You're targeting. Even before that, no, that was in 2020. Look at this one here. This was in 2015. So this thing is repeatable. This thing is just what you need. That's where you get in. Stop loss under here. Sorry, because this price is just something else. So stop loss under here, because that's the low. Swing high, swing low. Same squares. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to watch the course that I released. So as soon as it crossed that right there, see where that wick came above that box? That's exactly where we would have gotten into the price. So we would have gotten in right there. Stop loss is below the square or the rectangle, and that's just what you would have been in on. And this is on the weekly, by the way, you know what I mean? And up to now, of course, that will never return back to that. So the people who've been invested since then have just been screaming wealth. that type of return based on even just utilizing this tool right here, 961% on what you would have put in. Sorry, 961 times whatever you would have put in there. So if you were doing 1%, that would have been 961%. That's insane. And remember now, it happens on all time frames. So remember now, if I go down even to the 1 second, if I go down to the 1 minute, you can see this push right here, this little push right here. If I go down to the 1 second, you'll see what this looks like. So, because the whole market is fractal, right? So you can do the exact same thing over and over on repeat, looking at the exact same thing. So with Primora, I would turn off the divergence filter, and now you'll see all the plots come back up, easy like that. Lock this so I can look at this. This is just a 1 minute push. So imagine, like, just let me show you an area like this. You see your plot come right here, and once you saw that pass there, bam, that was your entry right here. Stop loss can go way below the low here, or can go below anywhere here. This is on a 1 second chart, so it's not realistic for you to be down here and making tight stop losses on this, but you definitely can if you wanted to, because the system is the entire same thing, right? That was at 1 to 24 in this, and the time that it took to make that was 11 minutes. 11 minutes, you understand? So the whole concept and everything else is really beautiful. It's a very good system, very profitable system, very rewarding system, right? So I would be a part of this if I were you, right? So that's my trajectory for Bitcoin right now, which if you were trading on the hourly, you just be involved on this right now, looking for this to continue up to where? Possibly up to 150,000. You have no idea where this thing can go. This type of push here and this type of momentum, as you've seen before, can last for a very long time. Just like this right here, this is all the exact same thing, right? And what do you think this is? This is just one candle on a higher time frame, possibly the 3 month, just looking beautiful, right? If we did that exact same thing and put that right here, look at where we can possibly go to, you see? So with this type of framework in mind, then you can understand. So now we just verify that, go to the weekly and see what that looks like. With this type of stuff in mind, and you can understand how you can get involved, you see? So look at this. This is the same one as this down here, which is just couple of the weeks. So it's like a monthly chart. That's like a monthly candle right there, right? If I went to 2 months or something, there it is. And then that means, beautifully put, a 3 month candle. That is, I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. Like, look at this, beautifully illustrated. That's illustrated beautifully. So in other words, like I said at the very beginning of this video, if you got another 3 month candle to just push up what we just got right here based on momentum, so you know, this can definitely reach 150,000 and surpass that, like, beautifully. So as you can see, this was a run up, and then now you have your consolidation. And what we're looking at is the fact that this might be a run up. You understand? That's all we're looking at right now. This can be a run up. So now we get positioned and involved when the market says that it makes sense to get involved, not just because, oh, I jumped onto the deal. I jumped onto the charts and I see, oh, price is pushing down now. No, that's not how it works. And you'll be disappointed even when you are correct. You'll still take losses. It's just, that's a part of the game, probability, right? If you found value in the video, all I want you to do is like, share, and subscribe. Find a way to get into the community so that you can get access to the tools, utilize the tools that are here available for you, and become profitable. You know what I mean? You can literally do this within the next 2 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks, you can become profitable, because it's not a hard system. It's very simple for you to follow. It's very clean cut. All I did was just cut the bullshit and made it foolproof. So yeah, that's for you. Again, like, share, and subscribe, and it's good to see y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.